to bed. Shadows painting our
Hey, I'm parking the
face.
camel right over there. I'll be right here because I'm, wow, with you on that one, baby. Midnight at the Oasis, Maria Moldauer. Oh my goodness, is that chick hot or what? Back in the day, she swept us all away, man. Wasn't any of us could stay away. All we wanted to do was play and play with Maria Moldauer. And how about good old, what's her name, does the, what, oh, come on, give me the, yeah, Nicolette. Oh yeah, Nicolette. I don't blame Neil Young a bit for abandoning Joni in favor of Nicolette. But oh well, it was just temporary. The Pola Joni could not be refused. The divine feminine will not be abused. Never, never, especially in the form of, the likes of Judy Collins and all the rest of the gang, Joni Mitchell and all the rest of the gang there. Man, I'm telling you what, Carole King, what another little soul saint of the heart to arise up in the hippie generation and help us all be happy little hippies. Been to Canaan and I want to go back again. Oh, I better find that one. Shoot, I haven't played that in a month of Sundays. Thanks, Carol, for the reminder. Yep, I tell you, these kids in the green room, they get a little bit pushy. I don't know. Hey, guess what? I don't have that one. Wow, it fell off the list somehow. I've been finding that in my list here. Sometimes songs just fall away somehow. But let me go see if I can find it in the bigger file. I'll bet it's over there. Shoot, yeah. No problem, babies. We'll get her done here one way or the other. Now I'm in the right place. Let's do a little search for that. See if it ain't there. Okay, now we got some canned heat. That ain't it. Let's keep a looking. Well, I guess that one is absent from the list somehow. That's one that's got to go down on my gotta get it later kind of list. But I got something equally as dramatic and place setting and heart setting to follow up with here. So don't worry about it, kids. We're still in the groove, even if, Carole King abandoned us with the Bend to Canaan song, man. And the Bend to Canaan, and I want to go back again. I'd live that song every time she'd play it. There was some real ancient memory in me of this time when we did bring the old camel to bear, and we were all gathered around at the Oasis, man. And I don't know how to describe it just exactly. But it was one of those moments in time when the heart of the earth just opened up and embraced us out in this sandy and remote place. I don't think it was the Sahara, but somewhere between, the Middle East and the India, the enchanted land of Kashmir, somewhere between here and there, you know what I mean? There was this place in this sandy old desert, but this oasis and this moment in time, it was one of those where, it must have been a Stargate effect. I don't know exactly what it was, but we were all just, I was being a little camel jockey then for a while. Then I was like, just partying down with the troops by the fire, We were sitting around and telling our braggadocious stories and trying to impress the ladies and stuff like that, because there was a few ladies there, Amazing as that seems out in the middle of nowhere, boy. That's a precarious place to be as a lady, let me tell you. But some are brave souls, babies, and they got some real faith in their heart, and they know the divine angels protect them. And so they'll take residence in a place where, a normal female would run the other direction, even thinking about it. It's not something we do, it's not something we are, it's not something we live, except for those that, who are the babes of life, the hot chicks of love in their day. Well, there they are, man. And you find them in some of the quietest places, some of the most unusual places. Just think about old Calamity Jane and the tale of her. What a saint she turns out to be inside of a pretty rough life and a pretty rough carcass to boot, man. I'm telling you, they're saintly faces in the most amazing places, babies. And as you're beginning to see now in this life, because the facade's coming off, the masks and the makeup and the costumes are going away, and the realities come to play, and that's what it's here to show you, to remind you of what's real, baby, so you can accept it and be it. Have your own little midnight at the Oasis. But there we were, and it wasn't exactly midnight at the oasis. It was early evening, because we just barely parked the camels and we're just getting settled down and, like I said, swapping tails and trying to impress the chicks and get them to dance for us and shit like that. Whatever it was we did back in those ruggedy old days, pioneering with camels. Oh, but that's what you do, you do what you got to do each lifetime you do it. So there we were doing that, at least for a little while. And there came this moment. I don't know what happened exactly, but somebody said something. Somebody touched the skin of a drum, and there was, a light, an eruption of light. Something happened. It was like a fountain opened up in the earth, and suddenly everything's glittering like gold. Everybody there, the whole presence of the place, it was amazing, babies. It was like we were living in a whole nother time and space, a whole nother reality, too, because there was unity between us. It was like we just stepped off, and nobody had taken anything that I know of, unless somebody slipped a little cacti juice in our coffee or something. That could have happened, I reckon, but we did it all together as a singular unit. A singular being. Suddenly we're just in this place that was just completely, well, call it divine if you will, but just everything was alive and glowing, and just we were in complete union and harmony with one another. There wasn't that usual cosmic dance between the male and female and so forth. That was out the window. We were unified. There was no mystery anymore. It was all right there, unified in that moment, in that place, in that time, whatever that was. And it lasted the night away, man. I mean, when the morning came, we didn't even feel it. I don't know if we recovered for 3 or 4 days. I think we were stalled there for a bit. I can't quite recall exactly the recollection, but I do remember that campfire burning in the daylight. Even when it was warm, we kept the fire going, at least smoldering for a while, because we didn't want that party to end. Well, babies, it never did, really. That's the moment that's coming now. It's the same as 4/20/2008. It's the same as today, February, is that 6 or 5? It's a 6. Oh my goodness, time flies. February 6th in 2015. Same time. It's happening right now. The party's on at our place, babies. And this is how we begin to experience it. Sitting there first, very content by the fireplace, man, and then the dream begins to overwhelm you. Yeah, it takes over, man. The heart moves forward from inside. And the dream you're living in becomes a reality. A reality that extends way beyond this visible drama world we live in, man. Goes way into the depths and fields of the stars and the depths and fields of the heart. And we get there through what? Feeling. Allowing the feeling. Allowing the blessing to be in that feeling. Allowing that blessing to be. Allowing that blessing to be us as the blessed ones. Sharing that blessing with all of creation the moment that we encounter it. And well before that as well, because our radiance is felt all across this earth. That's what I mean when I say we're radiating love from 9,000 feet high here in the Rocky Mountain sky. It's a unified thing. The field is growing ever larger. We are indeed radiating the light of truth, the love of truth, into this reality. And soon you will see the effects of it. I mean, you already do, but I mean, it becomes far more powerful as the moment continues, you see. And more people get on board because the bulk of humanity is already leaning in this direction. So the rest will catch on with the infection because it's inevitable that everyone will feel this and become this that we truthfully are. It's inevitably our fate as human beings walking bipeds on the face of this gravitational old mother that has held us down and held us back so we wouldn't get too much of a universal attack. Just keep it here where it could come clear, and no longer did we have to be that or anything else. We could be what we needed to be, get through what we needed to get through, because her love was there with us throughout. You know, that's the form creation has taken always. And that's what symbolically mothers in this life represent. Those that will walk with you right to the death chair, knowing that you're in your heart, you know, you're a noble being, even if you did screw up pretty bad, you know, etc. You know, mother's love is always there with you. You know, that's the consistency. It may not always be exactly what you want it to be or what you think you want it to be, but it's there. It's there inside of you consistently throughout the ages and generations, you know. We've talked of darker times 100 million years ago on this planet and how we're just overcoming the effects of that story now. Well, this moment I'm talking about probably was a few thousand years ago when these camel jockeys were going from one place to another. And suddenly there was all this light, you see. We open in moments we don't even know sometimes, and we receive a tremendous wealth in those moments. And those moments continue to expand throughout the threads of time. They're timeless moments. They're beyond time in a sense. They're the moment we're living in right now. That's what I mean when I compare the dates and say they're all the same. Because the dates are the same. It's happening right now in this moment. Even as we just sit here by the old fireplace talking about it, you know. Letting old Okie sniff around the new gear here, you know. He's a little too snoopy. I have to watch out. He pushes buttons and stuff, and I got to keep him out of it, you know. Oh, sweethearts, man. It is so good to feel you coming back to life, to feel the life returning inside of myself. For indeed, I have felt as if a part of myself was imprisoned and entombed forever and ever. And perhaps it was, in some mystical way. Perhaps there was an aspect, a third of my heart, that just was not present for a while, and therefore could be inhabited in a different sort of way. In other words, the energies inside were greatly altered to make me feel as if I wasn't complete and whole. Well, that's reflected throughout humanity. That's what we've been dealing with. That's the source of most all of our difficulty, because part of ourselves felt unusual. Wicked, mean, bad, ornery, whatever you want to call it, you know, has various aspects in various ways. Hey, don't you be talking like that now. You be a good boy. Yeah, has various aspects and various ways to it, you know. It knows better, but it can't help itself sometimes, you see. And so sometimes we slip off into that place where it feels really divided and really alone. And then in that space, we start to realize we're not alone ever. We're surrounded and filled by life, and all the life living there with us, whether it's a sterile little hospital room or a place out in the desert or the country or something. It's like, wow, there to set you free. There to be what you're living in, see? It's all a part of you, all an extension of your heart, all an extension of your loving experience in that heart. And therefore you are that creation. And you walk through it, you float through it, you fly through it as a living presence, fully participating with all that exists. And there is no separation between you and anything. Not a bit. You've just chosen expressive forms. You're the same form of intelligence, uniquely so throughout creation. Each form of intelligence made that way by the intelligence of creation, that truthfully loves like a mother does, from the heart in the nurturing way that can only bring you forward in the best of ways. Steady and consistent and real. Now, I got to go settle Mr. Okie down. I don't know what's upsetting him, but I don't want him to start a barking fit, and I can feel one coming. So I'll be back here momentarily. But just don't forget, Papa loves you, baby. No matter what else is going on in the reality. You know, I'm here for you. All you got to do is be here with me. And we're together in it forever, don't you see? As family. You know, as me as Grandpa, as me as your fellow child. You know, your, what do you call it, as cribmates. Yeah, I'm a little cribmate too, baby. Ooh, you rock and I roll. Babies, here on the Coyote Medicine Show. Only on the Hazy Radio Network, babies. Ooh. darlings, this old cosmic clown got his feet on the ground. You got Grandpa Coyote hanging around your little oasis, you betcha. Babies, each and every one of us is working our way towards such a moment, this very weekend, this very day, this moment of now, as we open and continue to fly, babies. I take you there each and every day here on this Coyote Medicine Show, in this Coyote way, so you know what it is to get out in the fields of life and play. And you can remember that it's all about enjoying what you are, what you be, what you do. And that does set you free when you really do enjoy the inside-outside form of yourself, when you can finally accept that. So here comes that so-called Stargate moment, as I will assign terminology to, which means an opening of the heart where you receive most graciously and become then the more magic part of this reality that you truly be. All glittery and glowing, yeah, and in the love you're flowing. Babies, you shine right now in this moment of now. Right now in this time, you shine divine. And you're uniquely special in this reality, created just for this moment, just for this part, just for this moment you're going through. As you purify your heart and find the true love that's really there. First and foremost for yourself, do you genuinely care? And it arises from there, and it groks with all of reality. 'Cause that's what it see that it be. That is who we are, my little rock star. Yes, indeed, darlings. We are free to be really what we truthfully are. So here's old Grandpa saying, wow, set yourself free and be for this weekend, don't you see? 'Cause I'll be right back with you again Monday morning as we take flight here, oh babies, right here on the Coyote Medicine Show on the ever-loving Hazy Radio Network. 'Cause we love you so, babies. You've brought us around. So here we are, hanging out on this side of town, reminding you of what it is that we do here, which is create the life that we live out of the love that we are. Babies, you're a rock star. Thank you so much for being here. I salute you with my official Coyote Club Mary Jane mug. Get on over to thecoyoteclub.com and get yours today, or maybe a signed copy of the Atomic Bum, etc., man. You know, and join us each and every day here on the Coyote Medicine Show, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Time, high noon in the UK, and babies, that's probably early morning over there in Australia, New Zealand. But that's okay too, man. We are genuinely in love with you all the way across this earth. And babies, we are the true reality of your heart, demonstrating itself to you again and again. Babies, all we can do is roll the dice and win and win. Yee-haw! I love you, kids.
Thank you.